for jeans that stay blue.
Try Dress Blues by Lee.
You bet I will. Fit like a glove.
Mike, all you have to do is look for the patch.
Lee Jeans, the brand that fits.
Welcome to Timex Quartz. Incredible technology. Our new Timex Elite is the thinnest quartz calendar watch in the world. Our new solid state watch has no moving parts. These are microchip projected hands. Now, bring the value of Timex Quartz into your world.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special report from the TV28 news desk. Our sources in Europe report that a large-scale invasion of West Germany is currently underway. Few details are available at this time, but it appears several thousand Soviet troops have crossed the East German border and are now engaging with NATO military forces across West Germany. We will bring you further information as soon as it becomes available. For now, please stay tuned to TV28.
This is the TV28 News Final with Bob Richardson.
Good evening. War broke out in Europe today as Warsaw Pact forces launched a surprise invasion of West Germany. The size and unexpected nature of the attack caught NATO forces by surprise. Chemical attacks on military facilities along the border forced NATO troops back to defensive positions along the River Rhine. The Soviets also carried out a bombing raid on the city of Frankfurt, resulting in heavy civilian casualties. Intelligence officials report that even larger troop movements have been detected in Czechoslovakia and along the Finnish border. President Reagan slammed Soviet leadership during an emergency press conference this evening, calling the invasion, quote, an unprecedented attack on democracy. The president went on to issue a vague ultimatum to the USSR and ordered the voluntary evacuation of 400 potential target cities across the country. Chaos struck a Georgia city today, caused by an erroneous activation of the city's civil defense sirens. Emergency officials in the city of Savannah claim they sounded the sirens' peacetime alert function to warn residents of the evacuation order. Many of the city's residents interpreted the sirens as warning of an imminent nuclear attack, leading to mass hysteria and overcrowding of fallout shelters across downtown Savannah. Sporadic incidents of looting and suicide were also reported. Chatham County Emergency Management released a statement following the incident, claiming that while they believe the sounding of the sirens was justified, they will be reviewing their department's policies for siren activation in the near future. In local news, Clarksburg and Bridgeport are getting some new residents, at least for the time being. Tens of thousands of evacuees poured into the region from Morgantown this evening following the evacuation order. West Virginia State Police report that the reception center at Bridgeport High School has reached capacity, and they are encouraging residents of Mon County to head directly to the reception centers in Clarksburg. Centers are located at Washington Irving High School at 443 Lee Avenue, the old Kelly Miller High School at 408 Saunders Way, and Liberty High School on Mountaineer Drive 3 miles west of downtown Clarksburg. Residents are reminded that I-79 and U.S. Route 19 north of Clarksburg are closed to all non-essential traffic. Residents with additional space are strongly encouraged to offer lodging to evacuees if they are able. You can sign up at the billeting desk at any of the evacuation centers. The Red Cross is also actively seeking volunteers. That's it for tonight. From all of us at the TV28 newsroom, this is Bob Richardson wishing you a good night.
When friends don't stop friends from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and driving can kill a friendship.
Tonight's special presentation of protection in the nuclear age. Up next on TV28.
We live in a world of tension and conflict. And peace, even where it does exist, does so without guarantees for tomorrow. We must therefore face the hard reality that someday a nuclear attack against the United States could occur. And equally important, we must also realize that horrifying as that prospect may seem, destructive as such an attack might be, we can survive. It would not mean the end of the world, the end of our nation. And you can greatly improve your own chances of survival if you remember these facts about protection in the nuclear age. Three things to remember. In time of emergency, our government and many, many others around the world will be doing everything in their power to keep the peace. Second, you'll probably have some time to prepare. Of course, attack could come by surprise, but more likely, there would be a time of growing international tension with all its signs and warnings, lasting days, perhaps even weeks, giving you time for some preparations. Third, wherever we live, we're all inclined to think of our own hometown as target number one. But this is a very big country, with many cities, industries, military bases. And Defense Department studies show that even under the heaviest possible attack, less than 5% of our entire land area would be affected by blast and heat from nuclear weapons. Of course, that 5% contains a large percentage of our population. But even in these high-risk areas, if there's sufficient time to permit evacuation, many millions of lives could be saved. The other 95% of our land would escape untouched, except possibly by radioactive fallout. Now, here are things you need to know. First, the warning signals. There are two of them, and it's important that you know the difference. The attention or alert signal is used for peacetime emergencies, tornado and hurricane warnings, industrial explosions, other immediate threats to your safety. The signal is a long, steady blast on the civil defense sirens or other warning devices. It means turn on your radio or television set. Your local authorities have a peacetime emergency message for you. The attack warning signal is a 3 to 5 minute wavering sound on the sirens, or a series of short blasts on whistles or horns. This signal has only one meaning. An actual enemy attack against the United States has been detected. Don't pick up the phone to find out what's happening. The lines need to be kept clear for official emergency use. Don't wait. If you're at work or in school, take cover in the basement or an inner corridor. At home, go to your basement or fallout shelter, or find protection under the stairs. Take a battery-powered radio with you. Then tune to your local emergency broadcast station for news and official instructions.
Here are the official instructions.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All stations shall broadcast this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency broadcast system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air broadcasting news and official information to the public in assigned areas. This is station WNCB. We will remain on the air to serve the Clarksburg area. If you are not in this area, you should tune to stations until you hear one broadcasting news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency broadcast system serving the Clarksburg area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency broadcast system has been activated to keep you informed. To repeat, this is an emergency action notification. All stations shall broadcast this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency broadcast system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air broadcasting news and official information to the public in assigned areas. This is station WNCB. We will remain on the air to serve the Clarksburg area. If you are not in this area, you should tune to stations until you hear one broadcasting news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency broadcast system serving the Clarksburg area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency broadcast system has been activated to keep you informed.
My fellow Americans, yesterday the Soviet Union launched an unprovoked war on the people of West Germany. While American troops and our allies have fought tirelessly to halt the advance, the sheer scale of the attack has forced them back to defensive positions. At this point, our forces have exhausted just about every conventional means available to us. We cannot allow West Germany to fall to communism, as that would set a precedent which threatens the rest of Europe, and indeed the world. As a final attempt to slow the Soviet advance, I have authorized the use of tactical nuclear missiles against Warsaw Pact forces. A few minutes ago, we received confirmation that our first volley of Pershing II missiles have successfully reached targets along the German border. Following this announcement, I will be heading into a phone meeting with senior Soviet leadership in the hopes that we may finally bring this crisis to an end. I understand that this announcement may bring out feelings of fear and betrayal in many Americans. As regrettable as this action may seem, it is the only hope we have at ending this terrible conflict once and for all. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.
This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal broadcast operations. This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal broadcast operations. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has issued the following message. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and protective action should be taken. This is not a test. Take cover immediately. If you are indoors, go to a basement or interior room on the lowest level of a sturdy building. Take a battery radio with you or turn up the volume on your television so you can hear it from the shelter area. Stay away from windows. Lie down.
Good morning, this is Kathy Barnes bringing you an exclusive Delta Community Report. Apparently a large crowd has gathered outside Greenwood City Hall to protest food shortages and the implementation of martial law. Ken Davis is live on the scene. Ken?
Kathy, as you can hear, there is a large crowd gathered behind me here at Greenwood City Hall. If I had to guess, I would say about 300 people have converged, and as you can hear, there's a lot of shouting, lots of cussing, but I haven't seen any violence yet. Now I can see National Guard vehicles moving towards the crowd, probably at least 50 troops for what is a small but...
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All stations shall broadcast this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency broadcast system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and official information to the public.
My fellow Americans, I am proud to announce that we are making great progress in rebuilding our nation. The Army Corps of Engineers has been working round the clock to bring our vital infrastructure back to working condition. However, it has come to my attention that many Americans have been giving our military officials a hard time. To put down this lawlessness once and for all, I have issued the following emergency order. A nationwide curfew is now in effect from 9 to 5 local time. Anyone caught outside during this time will be subject to arrest. All public and private gatherings of 5 or more people are now forbidden. Military police and the National Guard have been ordered to disperse gatherings by any means necessary, up to and including the use of deadly force. I have also instructed the military to immediately execute anyone who attacks or threatens military or law enforcement officials. With your cooperation, we will build back this country better than ever before. God bless you, and God bless America.
This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal broadcast operations. This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal broadcast operations.
Reports from the Associated Press that there has been a very large explosion in the town of St. Joseph's, Missouri. Details are hard to come by, but it appears the explosion may have been caused by a nuclear weapon. This comes as President Reagan and his entourage were expected to visit the town as part of his Build Back Better tour. We do not yet know if the president was caught in the explosion, but if this truly was Christ. Let's see what he's gonna do now.
My fellow Americans, I understand my voice is probably unfamiliar to most of you, so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Archie Nolan. I'm a husband, a father, and now, I am also your president. I regret to inform you that President Reagan, and nearly all of America's senior leadership, is presumed dead after an attack in St. Joseph's, Missouri. A rogue group from the United States Air Force stole a single unused nuclear bomb, and detonated it just south of Reagan's last known location. Although many of you are likely hungry for justice or revenge, we need to be realistic about the current situation. Millions of Americans are dead, while millions more are injured or homeless. Most of our infrastructure is destroyed or damaged beyond repair. The supply chain is virtually non-existent. Finally, the ruthless slaughter of thousands of peaceful protesters by their own government proves that we have lost both our legal and moral authority to govern. Therefore, as my first act as president, I have ordered all emergency orders made by the Reagan administration be declared null and void. All members of the military and National Guard are ordered to stand down and return to their homes. Second, I am officially dissolving the national government of the United States of America. All civil authority will be transferred to state and local governments, depending on regional circumstances. While America no longer exists on the map, she will live forever in our minds and in our hearts. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.